says, when a lady generally says to you or to anybody or even to a doctor that she has some form of itching, discharge, odor, dryness, or anything that indicates infection in her lady parts or around her vagina, her genitals and all, the first thing that comes to mind is the first thing that comes to mind is sexually transmitted infection. It is assumed that probably she has some form of infection that she had contacted through sex. But every itching or anything that goes down there is not usually an indication of an STI. STI is obviously sexually transmitted infection. In this video, I'll be talking to you about 5 different infection or changes that could go down there that is not even related to sexually transmitted infection, that are not sexually transmitted infections that you can get from other sources except from sex. I'll be talking to you about the symptoms, I'll be talking to you about the causes, and of course the treatment options that you have. So sit back and let us take in this ride together. Beautiful people, you are welcome back to the channel. My name is Odunayo. I am a public health specialist, and on this channel we discuss majorly everything about women's health and how to ensure that we live healthy each day. I want to take this opportunity, provided you are watching, provided this is my first video of the year that I assume it's going to be, I want to take this opportunity to welcome you back to the year 2024. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for your support to my channel so far. Thank you for everything that you have done, and you have learned. Thank you for sticking with us to go on this journey of learning about our body, how to ensure that we are healthy, and learning on this journey together. So the first on my list that I'll be talking to you about is a very common vaginal infection. In fact, it is so common that when you have a room of 100 women, at least 15, I said at least 15 of those women is going to have an ongoing infection, which is candidiasis. They are going to have that infection ongoing, either they are treating it or they are not even aware, and that infection is candidiasis, which we all call yeast infection because it is caused by an overgrowth of yeast in our lady parts. What is the symptom? The symptom is the discharge that comes with it. It is cord-like, looks like cheese, like cottage cheese. I would leave maybe a video or a picture of it somewhere here in case you have not seen it. It is usually white and sometimes a little bit yellow. Sometimes it could be yellow, sometimes it could be white, but it is cottage cheese like, and it comes with itching, it comes with redness of that area, and it is not a sexually transmitted infection in any way. It is not sexually transmitted, and like I said, it is very common amongst women. The reason why we get yeast infection is because yeast is actually a normal flora of our lady part. It is always there, it is constantly there, but it is there in a certain amount, in a certain proportion. When it overgrows that amount, your body starts to react to that growth because it's as if it starts to attack your body. That is why we have that, and that overgrowth will only happen when you start to use scented products that disrupts the pH of your vagina, and when the pH is disrupted, it gives the yeast more room to grow. So that is why we say we would advise you against using feminine wash and all. There's a video I made, let me not forget, talking about some products that we use that are not healthy for us. I'll drop the link to the video also up here, then you can go, and after watching this video you can go back. It's a separate video, but I'm certain you would learn something from it. So there are some unscented products that we use, like soap, like cream that we use to wash down there, that disrupts the pH. If your hygiene is very poor, or you are used to wearing panties that are damp, that are not properly dried, or use antibiotics continuously for a period of time such that it kills the bacteria that cohabit with these yeasts. It's just like when your neighbor is not there, then you have the whole room to yourself. That's how it is. There's also lactobacilli, which we are going to be talking about later, that lives or cohabits with this yeast infection there, that regulates everything. So when you take antibiotics too much and it kills a lot of that lactobacilli, then the yeast grows, at a very large amount, and then your body begins to show all of these symptoms. For you to treat candidiasis, what you need is antifungal medication, and it is usually called fluconazole. I'm not going to leave the dosage or whatever here because I'm not trying to make any form of prescription. You can talk to your doctor, or you can even get it over the counter. Walk there, talk to a pharmacist, or talk to the person that sells, medicine. When I mean drug, medicine, call it drug here, not hard drug. Medicine. So you would actually get fluconazole to treat your condition. It's very simple to treat, but please act fast. The second option that I'll be talking to you about is what you call bacterial vaginosis. Bacterial vaginosis is also a very common vaginal infection. It is usually due to the overgrowth of an organism called lactobacilli that I mentioned earlier that cohabits with yeast. When this lactobacilli overgrows the yeast, you have bacterial vaginosis. When the yeast overgrows the lactobacilli, what do you have? You have yeast infection, which is candidiasis. But we are talking about bacterial vaginosis now. It is normal flora, and it is expected to be found in certain amounts. When it overgrows fine, bacterial vaginosis sets in, and research has also estimated that unlike yeast infection that you say 15 out of 100 women when kept in a room have ongoing of candidiasis, for bacterial vaginosis 25 out of those 100 women kept in that room will have an ongoing bacterial vaginosis or vaginitis, which we call bacterial vaginitis. Bacterial vaginosis, usually called vaginitis, they would have that infection ongoing. And how do you know that you have bacterial vaginosis? There's going to be a thin white or grayish vaginal discharge. You are going to be having pain, you are going to be itching, painful urination. It comes with a very strong fish-like odors that comes stronger after sexual intercourse. It comes with itching around your anus, it comes with itching around your vagina and all. So BV is not sexually transmitted, but it can be sexually transmitted. If a man has had intercourse, somebody that has BV, then if the man comes to you, not because he carries it, but because the bacteria can be on the skin of his genitals, then it can also infect the woman. Of course, I want to overgrow, but most often, rarely will it be STI. Most often it is just normal overgrowth of lactobacilli, and it is usually treated with antibiotics. Of course, to prevent it also, you need good hygiene. You should not abuse antibiotics so that your body will not become resistant. We're trying to treat bacterial vaginosis. The third one that I'll be talking about is trichomoniasis. Trichomoniasis. This is an infection that is actually sexually transmitted. Yes, and its symptom is very close to that of bacterial vaginosis. The only difference is that the discharge you get with trichomoniasis is somehow yellowish and greenish. That is the difference. So it also has fish odor. It comes with itching, and then it comes with frosty kind of discharge that is yellowish. But the thing with trichomoniasis is that aside the fact that it is sexually transmitted, there are some things that we call fomites that spreads trichomoniasis aside sex, like sharing damp towels, sharing bathing water, and maybe sharing underwears with people and all those kind of things. You can actually get trichomoniasis from it. That is why I classified it as one of the infection you can get without having sexual contact with somebody, but you must have shared damp towel with a lady that is actively treating trichomoniasis or actively having that infection, or you share bathing water, or maybe they are underwear out of closeness or whatever. And then to treat trichomoniasis, you also need antibiotics. Well, I'll not be talking too much about it. Just talk to your care provider or your doctor over the counter. Tell them, they will tell you what to get. It's a very common antibiotics, I can get it treated fast. The fourth one I'll be talking about is HSV, which is called herpes simplex virus. I remember I heard this virus for the first time when I was at 400 level, and we were told it's the kissing virus because you can actually get it through kissing. You don't need to go down with the person, you don't need to have sex, you can get it through kissing, mouth to mouth, and that's what you get. That some people of us call cold sore. Yes, that's herpes simplex virus. It is actually, they have two types. There's one that you find here, and then there is one down there. And how does it occur down there? The symptom is that it comes as some form of sore, just like the way you get it. It is usually painful. It is usually painful anyway, but it is a form of sore in your genital areas and lesions that just forms with like blisters. It bursts up, the fluid comes out, and then the sore is left. But the funny thing about herpes is that wherever that fluid should touch would also get it. That is why it is, you don't have to have sexual intercourse with somebody else to get it. Like dry humping somebody, you have, the person has active lesions, and then you dry hump the person, and the fluid from the lesion also gets to your genital area. You can contact it. You can contact it from touch. You can contact it from sharing towels. You don't really have, in fact, the act of sexual intercourse does not transmit herpes. It is just skin to skin. That is what transmits herpes. If the sore is on this skin and then it comes to this skin, you are going to get it. And that is why we call the one on the lips kissing disease. You just need to kiss or peck the person, and then the person gets it. Either the person is a baby, the person is an adult, whatever. And that is why we advise that you don't just go about kissing babies. Of course, you understand, because their immune system is also very, very good. The thing with herpes is that it has no known cure. It has no known cure for now, but you can usually, if you notice it, you can take immune boosters. If your immune is high up there, then it will suppress the virus in your body, and then you won't come out with a lot of sore, or the episodes of lesions or outbreaks that you have would be very minimal. If you have any other question regarding it, drop it in the comment section. I'll be there. So the fifth one I'll talk about is atrophic vaginitis. Now, this one is not even an infection on its own, but it's actually a condition that causes vaginitis. That issue that we have with bacterial vaginosis, which I said is also called vaginitis, or saying there is redness, there is itching and all, we would have everything. In fact, there is painful urination with this, but the issue is that it is an autoimmune condition. It is not caused by an infection. It is an autoimmune condition. I made a video sometime talking about it, so I won't talk too much about it. If you want me to make a separate video talking about atrophic vaginitis, then please let me know also in the comment section. So this is a condition. It does not have to come with sex. It is autoimmune. It is an infection. It is a condition in which you start having every symptoms of vaginitis with the absence of lactobacilli. That is just it. When you go for tests, no infection is seen, no organism is found to be the culprit and all. And for you to treat this, you just have to talk to your doctor. The doctor is going to tell you what to do, because it's actually an autoimmune disease, and then you might not just use the regular maybe antiviral or antibiotics that you find up there. So thank you for watching today's video. If you have watched this video so far, I know that you enjoy it, yes, and I know that you have learned something from this video. So please endeavor to give this video a thumbs up. That is, just like this video. Thank you in advance. I'm grateful. Like this video. Thank you. And then subscribe to this channel if this is a kind of content that you will really love to see. Subscribe and click on the notification bell so you would get notified when we post our new videos. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Do take very good care of yourself. Bye bye.